Have you ever been in a relationship that felt conditional, where intimacy wasn't a natural expression of closeness, but something that had to be earned, negotiated, or won back after a transgression? It's a strange and exhausting feeling, like you're in a constant, unspoken negotiation where the terms are always changing. One day, connection feels effortless and deep. The next, a wall goes up, and you find yourself retracing your steps, trying to figure out what you did wrong, what you failed to provide, or what test you unknowingly failed. You feel less like a partner and more like an employee up for a performance review, where affection and physical closeness are the bonus you might get if you hit your targets. This dynamic is more common than we like to admit, and it raises a deeply unsettling question. How does one of the most profound human experiences, the act of physical intimacy, which is supposed to be about vulnerability, trust, and mutual desire, get twisted into a form of currency? How does it become a tool for leverage, a reward for good behavior, or a punishment for perceived slights? When sex stops being a form of communication and starts being a transaction, the very foundation of the relationship begins to erode. And this behavior often manifests in a few distinct, recognizable patterns. The first, and perhaps the most overt, is what we can call the punisher. You know this dynamic well if you've ever experienced it. You have a disagreement. Maybe you said something insensitive, forgot an important date, or didn't handle a situation the way she expected you to. The argument itself might be over, words might have been exchanged and apologies made, but the consequences are just beginning. Later, in the bedroom, there is a palpable chill. Any advance is met with a turned back, a sigh of annoyance, or the classic, "I'm just not in the mood." But it's not a genuine lack of mood, it's a strategic withdrawal. The silence and distance are the sentence for your crime. For the punisher, withholding sex is a powerful nonverbal weapon. It's a way of saying, "You hurt me, and now I will make you feel a different kind of lack. You will feel the absence of my affection, and you will understand the gravity of your mistake through this rejection." Psychologically, this isn't just about being upset. It's about re-establishing control after feeling disrespected or powerless. The argument made her feel small, so she uses the one area where she feels she holds ultimate power, access to her body, to make you feel small in return. It's a way to extend the conflict beyond words and into the physical realm, ensuring her displeasure is felt in a visceral, personal way. The message is clear. Your behavior has consequences, and the cost is connection. Then, on the complete opposite side of the spectrum, you have the rewarder. This pattern can feel much more positive on the surface, which is what makes it so insidious. The rewarder doesn't punish you with absence. She incentivizes you with presence. Did you get that promotion at work? Did you spend the entire weekend fixing things around the house that she's been asking about for months? Did you buy her that perfect, thoughtful gift she's been dropping hints about? Suddenly, she's incredibly affectionate, initiating intimacy, and making you feel like the most desired person in the world. It feels amazing. You feel seen, appreciated, and celebrated. But here's the subtle poison. The intimacy isn't a celebration of you. It's a reward for your performance. Psychologically, the rewarder is operating from a belief that her affection must be earned. She is, in essence, training her partner. By offering sex as a prize for desirable behavior, she reinforces the actions she wants to see more of. It turns the relationship into a merit-based system. Love and desire aren't constants. They are bonuses for achievements. The dark side of this is that it subtly communicates to her partner that his inherent worth isn't enough. He is only truly desirable when he is providing, achieving, or pleasing her. It creates a frantic need to keep performing, to keep earning that affection, because he learns that when the achievements stop, the intimacy might too. He's no longer a partner, he's a performer, and the bedroom is his stage. Finally, there's a third, more pervasive type, the gatekeeper. The gatekeeper isn't as reactive as the punisher or the rewarder. Her use of sex as currency isn't always tied to a specific event, good or bad. Instead, it's about maintaining a constant, underlying state of control over the relationship's entire dynamic of intimacy. She is the sole proprietor of if, when, and how physical connection happens. She holds all the keys, and her partner is always on the outside, waiting to be let in. A partner of a gatekeeper lives in a state of perpetual uncertainty. He might try to initiate, but the response is always ambiguous. It might be, "Not now," "I'm tired," or maybe later. There's no clear reason given, no emotional context like an argument or a celebration. It's simply a quiet, consistent assertion of her ultimate authority. The psychological driver here is often a deep-seated fear of losing power. For the gatekeeper, intimacy can feel like a surrender of control. By managing it with absolute authority, she maintains her sense of safety and dominance in the relationship. Her sexuality is her fortress, and by controlling all access, she ensures she can never be taken for granted or feel vulnerable. She sets the emotional and physical thermostat of the relationship, and her partner is left to constantly check the temperature, walking on eggshells, trying to guess what mood she's in and whether or not today will be a day he's granted access. It creates a dynamic where one person holds all the power, and the other is left feeling like a supplicant, perpetually begging for a connection that should be mutual. Each of these patterns, whether it's punishing, rewarding, or gatekeeping, turns the sacred space of intimacy into a marketplace. It shifts the focus from we to me, from connection to control, and from vulnerability to leverage. It's a transaction disguised as affection, and it leaves both partners feeling fundamentally alone, even when they're lying in the same bed. The question isn't just about identifying these behaviors, it's about understanding where they come from. Because a woman who uses sex as currency is almost never doing it because she is malicious. She is doing it because, somewhere along the way, she learned that this was her only true source of power, and that lesson rarely begins in her adult relationships. It starts much, much earlier, in the quiet observations of a child learning what love and power look like. Think about the little girl who watches her parents' dynamic. She doesn't understand the complexities of their marriage, but she understands patterns. She sees that after a big fight, her father comes home with flowers, and only then does her mother's smile return. She learns that affection is a reward for an apology gift. Or maybe she sees the opposite. Her mother grows distant and cold, and her father scrambles, doing chores, offering compliments, and walking on eggshells until her warmth is earned back. In these moments, a powerful blueprint is being drawn in her mind. Love isn't a constant state, it's a commodity. Affection can be withdrawn to show displeasure and granted to reward good behavior. She learns that a woman's silence and distance are powerful tools, capable of bringing a man to his knees, forcing him to prove his worth. This isn't a conscious, cynical lesson. It's an emotional one, absorbed through osmosis. It becomes her fundamental understanding of how intimacy works. Then, she steps out into the world, and society often reinforces this blueprint with a megaphone. From a young age, girls are bombarded with messages that their primary value lies in their beauty, their desirability, their sexuality. Their power, they are told, is not in their voice, their intellect, or their strength, but in their ability to captivate and attract. So her sexuality stops feeling like a part of her and starts to feel like her most valuable asset. And what do you do with a valuable asset? You manage it, you protect it, you leverage it. You don't just give it away freely. It becomes the ultimate bargaining chip in a world where she feels she has very few others. This is where the behavior deepens, connecting directly to a profound sense of powerlessness in other areas of her life. A woman who feels unheard in her career, overlooked in her friendships, or generally out of control of her own destiny will desperately seek an arena where she is the undisputed queen. And for many, that arena is the bedroom. In the boardroom, her ideas might be dismissed. In her family, her opinions might be ignored. But in the intimate space with her partner, her yes or no is absolute. It is the one place her power is undeniable. Her desire, or lack thereof, can shape another person's emotional state entirely. This control becomes a soothing balm for the wounds of feeling insignificant everywhere else. It's a defense mechanism. By controlling the flow of intimacy, she's not just controlling her partner. She's trying to control her own feelings of inadequacy and fear. Her self-worth becomes dangerously intertwined with her ability to command and manage her partner's desire. When he wants her, and she has the power to grant or deny that want, she feels valuable. His craving becomes proof of her worth. But this is a fragile and hollow victory, because her value is no longer inherent. It's dependent on his wanting her. This creates a terrible paradox. She needs his desire to feel powerful, but she must also control and sometimes deny that desire to maintain her power. She is trapped in a cycle of her own making, pushing him away to feel in control, only to pull him back to validate her worth. The uncomfortable truth, the shadow side of the punisher, the rewarder, and the gatekeeper, is that this behavior isn't an act of strength. It's a symptom of profound weakness. It's a strategy born of a deep-seated fear that if she were to give her affection and intimacy freely, without conditions or leverage, she would have nothing left. She's afraid that if she isn't controlling the dynamic, she will be controlled. She's afraid that if her partner isn't constantly proving his devotion, he will abandon her. She's afraid that her authentic self, stripped of this power, simply isn't enough to make someone stay. True connection, the kind that heals and nourishes, requires vulnerability. It requires laying down your weapons and trusting that the other person will not hurt you. But for a woman who has learned that her sexuality is her only weapon, laying it down feels like suicide. It feels like complete and total surrender. Breaking this cycle means finding power and self-worth outside of the bedroom. It means building an identity so strong that it doesn't depend on another person's desire. It means learning to use her voice to ask for what she needs, rather than using her body to manipulate a situation. It means daring to believe that she is worthy of love, even when she is not punishing, rewarding, or gatekeeping. It means simply learning to be free. So, as we unpack this, the question isn't just about pointing fingers. It's about looking inward. Are you the one using intimacy as a tool, a shield, a reward? Or perhaps, are you on the other side of that transaction, constantly feeling like you have to earn the love that should be freely given? Recognizing the pattern is the first, most powerful step toward changing it. I'd really appreciate it if you hit like, subscribe, and hit the bell.